to talk to me? Huh? This is all your fucking fault. You ended my fucking life. And Daddy should have blown your fucking head off. Sexy chocolate nigga like me can't keep a bitch. I was in the street selling crack.
What is going on, y'all? Back here again with your series finale review of Snowfall. Perfect song. Y'all know I was going to use this as my intro. I love that ending score. Y'all know I'm a Kendrick fan, man. Perfect song though, man. Pride by Kendrick Lamar. Pride before the fall of Franklin Saint, man. This was character assassination, man. I've never seen a man falling so low. Oh my God, this was so sad, but the writing was excellent. The performances were superb. Damson Idris goaded, man. Man, he went out with a bang, acting wise. But other than that, what else do we have, man? Of course, we had the descent of Franklin Saint. Um, we had some people with happy endings, happy-ish endings. Louie, um, and then we had Peaches, man, the secret boss. We got rid of the final boss last episode. That was Teddy. But we had the secret boss this episode. I kind of had a feeling they was holding him close to the chest, you know. That was the ace up the sleeve. But we finally got Peaches, man. But man, let me go ahead and get into this episode, y'all. This is episode 610 of Snowfall. Let's get into it. Got your attention? Got it? Good. Let's get into it, y'all. Maybe I wasn't there. Let's get
That sexy chocolate nigga like me can't keep a bitch.
This episode gave birth to Sexy Chocolate. Franklin Saint, as we know it, as we've grown to love this character who was completely assassinated in this episode, is gone. Figuratively, anyway. He lost his power. He lost his money. He lost his woman. He lost his mama. He lost everything. This was so sad to see, man. And I completely hated the way he went out. But as far as the writing and the path they chose to, take him, I gotta respect it. And I do think the writing was top notch. Even though as a fan of the character, I didn't want to see him go out like that. But most people were saying either he's going to die or either he's going to go to jail. So, they veered a different path that nobody really could have guessed. But yeah, at the end of this episode, man, this was emotional. I feel sad for Frank. And I guess the writers understood the assignment, man. They said, we gonna make y'all feel something today. So yeah. But overall, a great finale, great episode. I give it an A as far as, my overall grade. Excellent acting. Damson Idris, he acted his ass off. Leon, he gave a good performance as well. I don't know the performance name, I'm sorry. But yeah, he gave a good performance as well. And but yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get into this and hit some of the key topics. So let's go ahead and start. Franklin's descent into the abyss, man. He should have never went to that bar. If he didn't go, I blame that bartender, man. He the one that gave him the drink. It's on the house. And then from there, it was over with. So we saw all the, the symbolism and the messages of, what alcoholism can do and all that stuff like that. We saw several different scenes where, he was hitting that bottle. So, yeah. And then when he took that first sip and he opened those eyes, I was like, oh, man, it's over with. He ended up like his father, man. And so during this scene, we have Franklin going to call Haymeyer. And
And it was kind of sad seeing this too, because last episode he had the upper hand. He had that confidence when he was making the deal. And in this scene right here, old dude told him, like, hey, you better have Ruben here or it's your ass. And then he was like, yes, sir. And then he brought Ruben quick, fast, in a hurry. As far as Ruben, I guess they left us to our imaginations what happened to him. But my guess is he's at a black site somewhere getting his ass towed up. So, but we've seen enough torture. That was last episode. But yeah, figuratively, there was some torture going on mentally. As far as the episode's concerned, just watching Franklin just go in a downward spiral. It was hard to watch. But yeah, Ruben is up out of here. I would have rather Teddy took him out. I felt like that scene was pointless a couple episodes ago where he had the meeting. He said, if I see you again, I'm, getting you up out of here pretty much. But, but yeah, we saw what happened with Ruben. He's gone. So after this, we have Let Me Hold Some Saint. Did I say Let Me Hold Some Leon? My bad. I got the roles reversed. But yeah, man. Franklin this man was not a crackhead, but he was acting like a crackhead. I'm like constantly asking for money. Going through these mood swings where at first he's being calm, cool, nice, and then when he doesn't get what he wants, he snaps. So there were several different instances of this with him and Leon. This was one of my favorite parts of the episode, as well as when he snapped on Cissy as well, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But at the beginning of this scene, he was like, when he was talking about Cissy in jail, Franklin just said, ain't nothing we can do for her. So he just totally dismisses her. He don't care about Cissy at all at this point. He just care about that money. But yeah, then follow this with him asking for, the money from Leon. Leon says he has $3 million and he asked for all of it. Let me get all of it. Well, I got a hypothetical question for you guys. Okay, let's say Leon would have gave him $1 million. Do you think this would have helped Franklin? I'm like, what Franklin, what would he have done with the money if he did get, some extra funds or whatever? It's not like, he's going to smoke it all away like Peaches did later, as we find out in the episode. I'm just wondering, what would he have possibly done with that money? Could he have used, let's say $1 million and turn his life around from there? What would he have done? Would it have been so bad if he did get the money? Just a question I wanted to throw out there. But anyway, so yeah, that's it as far as him and Leon and that scene right there. So let's go ahead and move to somebody else he cussed out, Cissy. And I feel like Cissy's sacrifice was in vain. What was the point of her shooting Teddy and going to jail for a son that doesn't even care or respect her at this point anymore? And he cussed her the fuck out, man. Let me play that button one time.
What kind of fucking mother are you? You're not gonna fucking talk to me? Huh? This is all your fucking fault. You ended my fucking life.
And then he pretty much repeated that same line, except he got more aggressive after that. I was like, man, this man acting is A1, man. Damson is gonna make you feel it. But anyway, so yeah, so each time he tried to go to talk to her, she would say nothing to him. And I'm just like, Cissy, please say something to this man. Please, something. But to be fair, in that last episode, she did say, after we do this deal or whatnot, me and you, we done. So I guess she kept to her word. She was really done with that man. But, I think maybe part of her wanted to say something to Franklin. But yeah, it was sad to see. But yeah, that mother and son relationship is completely done at this point. But a little bit before this, she tried to expose the CIA when she was on trial or whatever. Not trial, but a little court hearing or whatever. So that didn't go over well. So once again, what was the point? You got no press. Nobody is gonna believe you. Except the hood, I guess. Because when she was talking to Leon, she said, he said that the hood was saying that she was a hero, but then she pretty much replied, well, they're the only people that's talking about it. So I ask again, what was the point of Cissy shooting Teddy and going to jail? I'm like, I just felt like this was all in vain. What was the point? She didn't get anything out of it, and we see what happened to Franklin at the end of the episode. Franklin wasn't saved. Like I said, a fate worse than death, But anyway, so another thing he said, man. Hold on, I got to play this, man. This was a trip.
And Teddy should have blown your fucking head off.
That man, I don't know. I kind of agree with him because I just don't see the point of her going to jail. It was senseless at the end of the day. But let's go ahead and keep on moving here. Baby mama drama, man. He lost his girl and his son. And I completely feel 100% that V was justified in taking that money and getting the hell on. At the end of the day, she ended up following her mama's advice. When he put her hands around her neck, I was like, oh man, she gone. And I'm like, this is your last lifeline. I'm like, you got to tread carefully. And I'm like, he just completely went off, after he found out she was trying to, see how much she could get for the properties or whatnot. And then the dude sold the South Central properties, he said, to his mother's old boss. I'm like, frankly, man. But yeah, V's up out of here. And he spent some time in the episode trying to find her, but of course, he doesn't. But 3 months later, we have a discovery, something they've been holding to the chest here at Snowfall. I had a feeling they was going to drop that very late towards the season. I didn't think they was going to wait all the way to the finale, but yeah, your boy Peaches is back. The secret boss. Teddy was the final boss. Peaches was the secret boss. Okay. And so he finds him. He's laid up. And of course, he's shooting up. And so your boy says he has some money in the safe in the back. Franklin tries to get him to show him where it's at. And your boy pulls the strap out on Frank, and I'm thinking right here, I thought he shot Franklin. I was like, oh my God. I hope Peaches does not take out Franklin. Do not go out like this. I know I said I wanted to die, but not like that, man. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy to get shot by Peaches. But yeah, it was good seeing Peaches. We got what we want, man. We got Peaches, man. So I'm satisfied there. Anything else that happened? So yeah, back to the 3 months later. So he's on the phone with, I guess, the loan officer or something like that. He's behind on mortgage. No, he wouldn't be behind on the. I'm not sure what he was behind on, since the house was already paid for, right? Unless he was talking about the taxes that he had to pay back. But yeah, he was on the phone with the guy, and you could see like the house is trash, beer bottles on the floor. So yeah, he's going through it at this point. Happy ending ish. So we have Louie and Oso. Of course, Louie is living on some type of farm, and it would be befitting because she likes horses and stuff like that. So yeah, so she's living with this farmer or whatever, and your boy is still alive from the DEA, and he's looking for And of course, they end up not giving her up. So this causes me to think that Louie is gonna go to the spinoff or whatnot, and possibly Oso as well. So let's talk about Oso. He's uh, teaching wrestling in Mexico or something like that. Training guys or whatever. And he gets a message from Zamara, and it's saying, that they want him to come back and see them. And I'm like, no, do not go, Gustavo. Don't go Oso, man. Because if you go, they're going to be waiting for you. Hey, I think the DEA dude might be telling her to give him a call to get him to come back. I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely gonna be waiting for Oso if he goes back. But I got a feeling he gonna take his dumb ass back to America. So, but once again, I think that's gonna be in the spinoff. It seems like they kind of set it up for that. But speaking of the spinoff and who else might be going over, I think probably Einstein. We didn't see him in this episode. It's a lot of people we didn't see this episode. We didn't see Einstein. We didn't see Dion. Scully wasn't there. Scully's not in the series finale. I think some of these characters might make it to whatever this spinoff is supposed to be. So yeah, and then we didn't see Parissa as well. I thought we kind of needed to see her as far as the aftermath of Teddy. Just because nobody ended up getting the money. I wanted to see somebody get this money. So I'm like, the logical person would be her. But we didn't see anything with that. So that was kind of a loose end as well. Other than that, that's about it. Let's go ahead and move on to my final topic here. A fate worse than death. I would have rather this man died. It was so sad seeing him at this state. We get your boy Leon X. He's walking down the sidewalk, and this is, I forget, another it's another time skip, and I'm noticing the posture he's walking in with his hands behind his back. It looks very reminiscent of old Franklin Saint. So I noticed that. And then so he goes to the abandoned house that's being foreclosed because there's back taxes that Franklin isn't paying. And then they end up taking a walk down, I guess you could say almost down memory lane in a figurative sense. But in this, during their conversation, we just find out Leon and old girl went to Africa because, Cissy requested that Leon, hey, leave the hood, go back to Africa. Initially, I was mad at your boy because he came back to sell crack the right way or whatever. But he ended up getting his head back on right and getting back to Africa. And so, we time skip and here we are now. And he mentions that she's in the music business or trying to get in the music business. And this is a no, Wanda. What? I promise you, we gonna see a scene where she walks in the studio and somebody's gonna be doing a bump of cocaine or something like that. That's why. But we'll see when we get to it, man. But anyway, after this, Franklin has a son. He says he had a conversation with V, and pretty much she's gonna raise him in the right way. You should take solace in that. So, like I said, he lost a son, so he's got to live with that regret. And he's probably never gonna see him because they're out of America, right? Then after this, Franklin asked for money again. This time, let me hold $10 instead of $3 million this time. So yeah, Leon reluctantly gives Franklin this money. Goes into the store, comes back out, and then we have that final conversation where Franklin tells Leon he's proud of him. Had me fighting back thug tears at this moment, and then Franklin just walks off. To wherever. Could he possibly be in the spinoff? They left it open, but I mean, like this was Franklin's story. So I think at best we might get a one-off. At it depends on how far this new spinoff goes. Maybe later into that series, I can see them bringing Franklin back for one more run, but a one-off at best. I don't see him being a regular character anymore. But yeah, but if the title is Snowfall Redemption, then yeah, we might get your boy Franklin coming back. But no, I think it's a whip as far as his story is concerned. They want to leave us heartbroken. All right, y'all. So that's gonna do it for this final review of Snowfall. It's been a run. It was sad to see your boy go out like that, but man, what a way to go out, right? Let me know how y'all feel down in the comments. Did you love this episode? Did you hate this episode? Make sure to like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all next time, man. I'm out.